Hi guys, it's Real Talk with Tracy, and Father's Day's coming up in June. God, I always hate that day. I hate it because I have a narcissistic uncle that raised me that I don't talk to anymore because there's no reason to. There's nothing good and comforting and safe and wonderful that I could say about having a relationship with him. It would just be me doing errands for him and putting up with all of his insults and unkind remarks. And then there's my biological father, who walked out on 4 different children with 4 different women over so many years. And he's all about, again, himself. Another narcissist. How wonderful. And then there's my uncle, who is very abusive, who's married to a beautiful person who is my aunt. He's up north in Northern California, and he's a terrible person, angry, old, crotchety, physically, verbally mean. I've called the police on him a couple times. She won't leave. It's really disheartening when you come from a family and all you want around you is just safety and love and care. And you get this rotten bowl of fruit, which is what I call it. I did have a wonderful uncle, but he died from brain cancer. My Uncle Stephen. It's been 20 years now. God, I loved him. He was fantastic. But what do they say? The good ones die young. Anyway, I just want to let you know, not everybody gets the good father. The only good father I have is God. Thank God. And as a Jewish woman, I've accepted Jesus Christ as my Savior, and He's my Father. But the people that abuse you, kick you when you're down, spit on your accomplishments, degrade you, all these things, for what reason? For what reason do you keep them in your life? Why? There's no reason. Luckily, I do have a great husband, but came from such a screwed up family, was very afraid to have children, so we just didn't. And that's okay. We're going to enjoy hopefully another 20 or 25 years. I want to say I'm in my 60s. I want to say it's the last third of my life. And I make these videos for myself to be cathartic, because it's almost like counseling, just to be able to talk and get out how you're feeling, but also to help other people that are suffering alone in the quiet. Don't talk about the pain, how painful it is when you see other people and it looks like they have wonderful, loving fathers that would just do anything for them. And, didn't happen for me. But anyway, it's okay. Also, I have from my sperm donor father, who gave me up for adoption, my brother, who he also gave him away, and I found him 6 years ago, and he is wonderful. Wow. Oh my God. I feel like between him and my husband, I hit the lottery. 2 good men in my life. 2 fantastic men in my life. They're not my fathers, but they're 2 wonderful, loving men. So I'm very, very fortunate. So those of you who are quietly suffering through Father's Day, I want you to know you're not alone. and it's not your fault. We get born into what we get born into, and I chose to walk away and not deal with any more pain or any more hurt. So, anyway, I don't know what else to say other than have a wonderful weekend. Love yourself. Love yourself enough to not be a doormat for anybody. And you know what I mean by a doormat, the little rug outside the door where you wipe your dirty feet before you walk into your house. Don't be a doormat. It's better to be alone than be a doormat. You don't have to take any insults or criticism. You know, the kind of things that my uncle that raised me would say, like, I'd say, oh yeah, I lost weight. And he would be like, oh, obviously not enough. You know, he was always digging. There was always that dig, that poke. And he thought it was funny. He loved to berate me and put me down. And I finally just said, you know what? I am so done. I want nothing to do with it. And he's like, oh, you know how I am. I said, yeah, I do. And I'm done. I'm so done. I wish him well. I want nothing to do with him. I don't want his time. I don't want his money. I literally want nothing to do with him ever again. And that gives me peace. I could breathe. I don't need him around. And I don't want his money. If he's listening, you could give it to charity. I really don't care. Okay. Have a great weekend, you guys. Sending love and support. You don't need to suffer. Walk through the door, close the door. Move on. Tomorrow's a new day. Okay, bye.